Hello everyone, nice to meet you. My name is John. I attend Changam Elementary School and I'm in the 5th grade. Greg thought grade levels would be based on height, not age. In 5th grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McConney. The most popular boy in this grade is Bryce Anderson. Greg had fish at and he snuck off and found the cheese. Roderick woke Greg up. Greg thought it was time to go to school, so Dad yelled to Greg. Greg wanted to wake up late, but Dad woke up at 6 o'clock. Greg said to Rolly, in middle school, they're supposed to say hang out, not play. Manny drew a self-portrait on Greg's bedroom door with a permanent marker. Greg thought Mom and Dad were really going to let him have it, but Greg was wrong. Manny said Bobby instead of brother because he couldn't pronounce it. Greg tricked Dad and he looked like a sweaty person. Greg thought when Dad said friend first time, it meant something good, so he kind of let the guard down. Greg told Dad that he was running for student government, and Dad seemed pretty excited. Greg started hanging his posters up, but Vice Principal Roy spotted them, so he took Greg's posters. Halloween is Greg's favorite holiday. Halloween is Greg's dad's favorite holiday too, but for a different reason. He hid behind the bushes when teenagers passed by the driveway. He drenched them. Greg and Rolly went to a haunted house. The worst part was called Chainsaw Alley. When Rolly's grounding was over, Halloween came. Rolly's mom bought a night costume. It had a real sword and everything. Greg was planning to be a toilet paper mummy, but on Halloween night, it rained, so that would be a bad idea. Greg's mom gave him a pirate costume. When Rolly and Greg came back home, a big wave of water came toward them. On the bus ride, Greg passed by his grandmother's house. Lunch comes right after feast and the cafeteria was a madhouse. Greg rented a couple of video games. Other kids in his class had better look out. Dad said if Greg wanted a bench press, he should keep his finger crossed for Christmas. Greg made a milk jug bench press. Greg needed a sparring partner, so he called Rolly. When Rolly came to Greg's house, he was wearing some ridiculous getup. When it was time to take the geography test, Patty said to the teacher they should cover the map, so he failed the test. Greg was in the play, but he was a tree and there's one line, ouch, so Greg didn't like it. During the rehearsal, everyone didn't know their lines, so Mrs. Norton had to whisper everyone's lines. She brought a first grader to play with Dorothy's dog, but the kid's mom came and said she wanted her child to walk around on two legs. Even the trees have to sing a song. Ironically tripped over Rodney James and chipped his tooth. Mom threw the bouquet of flowers into the trash can. 10 days left for Christmas. Roderick's wish list has 1. New drums, 2. New van, and 3. Shrunken head. Many circled every expensive thing like a giant motorized car. When Greg was 7, he went emergency room. There was a shoe for a doll. stuck in his nose. At 11 o'clock, Uncle Charlie came to visit. He gave a gift, but it was a picture of himself. Greg and Manny were horsing around. Greg pretended like he was going to make him eat it. Then Manny snapped Greg's hand, and it went into Manny's mouth, and Manny swallowed it. Mom needed to know what size was that, but Manny went to the refrigerator and pulled out an orange. Greg and Rolly studied the safety patrol. Safety patrols can miss 10 minutes for the first class. At 11:15, Greg and Rolly left school and walked the kindergartners home. Greg called Rolly to come and play. Their goal was to read the Guinness Book of World Records. Greg kicked many small snowmen. Greg and Rolly decided to team up and do a cartoon together. Greg made three Zooey Mamas and Kitten the Kitten, but Mr. Ira made many minor edits. Rolly apologized instead of Greg. When he was home, Mom was waiting at the front door. She thought he did the right thing, so they had ice cream. The next day, Greg didn't get the badge and Rolly got the badge. He and Colin became best friends and they were matching t-shirts. When Greg saw it, he almost vomited. Greg went to Fragley's house and he wrote a letter to Greg. Thank you for listening.